Greetings traveler, make yourself comfortable. Today we shall tell you a second part of a tale about golden hair of Sif. In Asgard, 3 gods sat on their thrones. One-eyed Odin, the All-Father, red-bearded Thor of the thunders, and handsome Freyr of the summer's harvest. They would be the judges. Loki stood before them, beside the 3 almost identical sons of Ivaldi. Brock, black-bearded and brooding, was there alone, standing to one side, the things he has brought hidden beneath sheets. "So," said Odin, "what are we judging?" "Treasures," said Loki. "The sons of Ivaldi have made gifts for you, great Odin, and for Thor, and for Freyr, and so have Eitri and Brock. It is up to you to decide which of the 6 things is the finest treasure. I myself will show you the gifts made by the sons of Ivaldi." He presented Odin with a spear called Gungnir. It was a beautiful spear, carved with intricate runes. "It will penetrate anything, and when you throw it, it will always find its mark," said Loki. Odin had but one eye after all, and sometimes his aim could be less than perfect. And just as important, an oath taken on the spear is unbreakable. Odin hefted the spear. "It is very fine," was all he said. "And here," said Loki proudly, "is a flowing head of golden hair, made of real gold. It will attach itself to the head of the person who needs it and grow and behave in every way as if it were real hair, 100,000 strands of gold." "I will test it," said Thor. "Sif, come here." Sif appeared before Aesir. Her head was covered. She removed her headscarf. The gods gasped when they saw Sif's naked head, bald and pink. And then she carefully placed the dwarf's golden wig on her head and shook her hair. They watched as the base of the wig joined itself to her scalp, and then Sif stood in front of them even more radiant and beautiful than before. "Impressive," said Thor. "Good job." The last of the sons of Ivaldi's remarkable gifts was small and folded like cloth. This cloth Loki placed in front of Freyr. "What is it? It looks like a silk scarf," said Freyr, unimpressed. "It does," said Loki, "but if you unfold it, you will discover it is a ship called Skidblandnir. It will always have a fair wind whenever it goes, and although it is huge, the biggest ship you can imagine, it will fold up as you see like a cloth, so you can put it into your pouch." Freyr was impressed, and Loki was relieved. All 3 gifts were excellent. Now it was Brock's turn. His eyelids were red and swollen, and there was a huge insect bite on the side of his neck. Loki thought Brock looked entirely too cocky, especially given the remarkable things Ivaldi's sons had made. Brock took the golden armoury and placed it in front of Odin on his high throne. "This armoury is called Draupnir," said Brock, "because every 9th night 8 gold armouries of equal beauty will drip from it. You can reward people with them, or store them, and your wealth will increase." Odin examined the armoury, then pushed it onto his arm where it gleamed brightly. "It is very fine," he said. Loki recalled that Odin had said the same thing about the spear. Brock walked over to Freyr. He raised the cloth and revealed a huge bow with bristles made of gold. "This is a bow my brother made for you to pull your chariot," said Brock. "It will race across the sky and over the sea, faster than the fastest horse. There will never be a night so dark that its golden bristles will not give light and let you see what you are doing. It will never tire and will never fail you. It is called Gullenbursti. the golden bristled one. Freyr looked impressed. Still, thought Loki, the magical ship that folded up like a cloth was every bit as impressive as an unstoppable ball that shone in the dark. Loki's head was quite safe, and the last gift Brok had to present was the one that Loki knew he had already managed to sabotage. From beneath the cloth, Brok produced a hammer and placed it in front of Thor. Thor looked at it and sniffled. "The handle is rather short," he said. Brok nodded. "Yes," he said, "that's my fault. I was working the bellows, but before you dismiss it, let me tell you about what makes this hammer unique. It's called Mjolnir, the Lightning Maker. First of all, it's unbreakable. Doesn't matter how hard you hit something with it, the hammer will always be undamaged." Thor looked interested. He had already broken a great many weapons over the years, normally by hitting things with them. If you throw the hammer, it will never miss what you throw it at. Thor looked even more interested. He had lost a number of otherwise excellent weapons by throwing them at things that irritated him and missing, and he had watched too many weapons he had thrown disappear in the distance, never to be seen again. No matter how hard or how far you throw it, it will always return to your hand. Thor was now actually smiling, and the Thunder God lately did not often smile. You can change the size of the hammer. It will grow, and it will also shrink down so small that if you wish, you can hide it inside your shirt. Thor clapped his hands together in delight. The thunder echoed across Asgard. "And yet, as you have observed," concluded Brok sadly, "the handle of the hammer is indeed too short. This is my fault. I failed to keep the bellows blowing while my brother Eitri was forging it." "The shortness of the handle is a minor inconvenience," said Thor. "This hammer will protect us from the frost giants. This is the finest gift I have ever seen. It will protect Asgard. It will protect us all," said Odin with approval. "This hammer is perfect for you, Thor," said Freyr. "Yes, it's an excellent hammer. But Thor, what about the hair? Sif's beautiful new golden hair?" asked Loki slightly desperately. "What? Oh, yes. My wife has very nice hair," said Thor. "Now, show me how to make the hammer grow and shrink, Brok." "Thor's hammer is better even than my wonderful spear and my excellent armory," said Odin, nodding. "The hammer is greater and more impressive than my ship and my bow," admitted Freyr. "It will serve the gods of Asgard well." The gods clapped Brok on the back and told him that he and Eitri had made the finest gift that they have ever been given. "Good to know," said Brok. He turned to Loki. "So," said Brok, "I get to cut off your head, Laufey's son, and take it back with me. Eitri will be so pleased. We can turn it into something useful." "I will ransom my head," said Loki. "I have treasures I can give you." "Eitri and I already have all the treasure we need," said Brok. "We make treasures." "No, Loki, I want your head." Loki thought for a moment, and then said, "You can have it if you can catch me." And Loki leaped high into the air and ran off, far above their heads. In moments, he was gone. Brok looked at Thor. "Can you catch him?" Thor shrugged. "I really shouldn't," he said. "But then, I would very much like to try out the hammer." In moments, Thor returned, holding Loki tightly. Loki was glaring with fury. Brok took out his knife. "Come here, Loki," he said. "I'm going to cut off your head." "Of course," said Loki. "You can of course cut off my head, but and I appeal to mighty Odin here. If you cut off any of my neck, you are violating the terms of our agreement, which promised you my head, and my head only." Odin inclined his head. "Loki is right," he said. "You have no right to cut his neck." Brock was irritated. "But I can't cut off his head without cutting his neck," he said. Loki looked pleased with himself. "You see," he said, "if people thought through the exactness of their words, they would not dare to take on Loki, the wisest, the cleverest, the trickiest, the most intelligent, the best looking—" Brock whispered a suggestion to Odin. "That would be fair," agreed Odin. Brock produced a strip of leather and a knife. He rubbed the leather around Loki's mouth. Brock tried to pierce the leather with the tip of the knife blade. "It's not working," said Brock. "My knife isn't cutting you." "I might have wisely arranged for protection from knife blades," said Loki modestly, "just in case the whole you can't cut my neck ploy did not work. I am afraid no knife blade can cut me." Brock grunted and proud an awl, a pointed spike used in leather work, and he jabbed it through the leather, punching holes through the Loki's lips. Then he took a strong thread, and he sewed Loki's lips together with it. Brock walked away, leaving Loki with his mouth sewn up tight, unable to complain. For Loki, the pain of being unable to talk hurt even more than the pain of having his lips stitched into the leather. So now you know. That is how the gods got their greatest treasures. It was Loki's fault. Even Thor's hammer was Loki's fault. There was a thing about Loki. You resented him even when you were at your most grateful, and you were grateful to him even when you hated him the most. Let me know what you think of this tale and about Loki's scheming. Come here again, we have a lot of stories to tell.